The night my son moved back into my house, I didn't lose my home all at once. I lost it slowly, room by room, drawer by drawer, boundary by boundary, until I barely recognized the woman living inside it. I had survived widowhood, poverty, and decades of sacrifice without breaking. But I wasn't prepared for the moment my own kindness became the weapon used against me. Welcome to my YouTube channel Whisper Stories, where silence speaks. My name is Lily, and I am 67 years old, and the moment my peaceful retirement ended didn't arrive with a fight or a phone call filled with tears. It arrived with laughter, too loud, too careless, echoing through my hallway, as suitcases scraped across the floor of the home I had spent 42 years paying off. I was standing by the kitchen sink, drying a chipped blue plate, when I heard my son's voice say the words that would quietly turn my life upside down. "Mom, we'll only stay for a little while." Those words, spoken so easily, would cost me my comfort, my silence, and nearly my dignity, but they would also teach me the hardest and most powerful lesson of my life. I had raised my son, Ethan, alone after his father passed away suddenly when Ethan was just 11. We didn't have much, but we had enough love, enough warmth, enough determination to keep going. I worked 2 jobs, I skipped vacations, I learned how to stretch $1 until it cried mercy. Every sacrifice had one purpose, to give my son a life easier than mine. And I did. Ethan grew into a confident, charming man. He married Vanessa, a woman with perfect hair, perfect nails, and a smile that never quite reached her eyes. I told myself not to judge. Love, I believed, came in many forms. They bought a beautiful house in a gated neighborhood. I visited once, just once. Vanessa complained about my shoes on her white rug and hinted that the air smelled old when I cooked. So I stayed away after that. I thought that was the end of our friction. I was wrong. One afternoon, Ethan called me sounding excited, too excited. "Mom, we made a big decision," he said. I smiled, expecting news of a baby or a promotion. "We sold the house." My smile froze. "You sold it?" "Yeah, the market was perfect. We got $620,000 after everything." I waited for the rest. "Vanessa's always wanted to explore herself," he continued. "So I gave her the money. She's going to invest, travel, shop, live a little." Something tightened in my chest. "And where are you living?" I asked carefully. There was a pause, then the sentence that would change everything. "Well, with you, just for a bit." They arrived 3 days later. 3 days. No discussion, no asking, just suitcases, boxes, and entitlement carried through my front door like they owned the place. Vanessa looked around my modest home, the floral couch, the framed family photos, the crocheted blankets, and sighed. "It's cozy," she said, "the way people describe things they don't like." Within a week, my routines disappeared. My quiet mornings turned into loud phone calls and blender noise. My living room became Vanessa's content space. My kitchen became off limits because she was trying new diets. She moved my things without asking, threw out my old pantry staples, replaced my soap with expensive creams and told me, "You should really upgrade your lifestyle, Lily." Upgrade. In my own homes. Ethan changed too. The boy who once hugged me every night before bed now avoided my eyes. Whenever I gently brought up concerns, he waved me off. "Mom, don't start, Vanessa's under stress." Stress from spending money she didn't earn. Every day delivery boxes arrived, designer bags, shoes that cost more than my monthly pension. Meanwhile, I clipped coupons and quietly paid the bills. One evening, I overheard Vanessa laughing on the phone. "If this doesn't work out," she said, "at least I'm not stuck in a retirement cave forever." I stood in the hallway, heart pounding. That cave was my life. The breaking point came 3 months later. I opened my bank app and nearly dropped my phone. A large withdrawal from my account. I confronted Ethan immediately. "Oh, Vanessa needed a little extra," he said casually. "We'll pay it back." I stared at him, seeing a stranger. "That money is for my medical expenses," I whispered. Vanessa rolled her eyes. "You're being dramatic, you don't even spend it." Something inside me cracked, not loudly, not violently, but completely. That night I lay awake realizing a painful truth. I had raised my son to give everything to the woman he loved, but I had never taught him where to draw the line. The next morning I did something I had never done before. I chose myself. I called my lawyer. I protected my accounts. I drew up a legal agreement for the house. I stopped paying for anything that wasn't mine. When Vanessa discovered this, she exploded. "This is abuse," she screamed. "You're sabotaging our life." Ethan begged me to reconsider. "Mom, please, she's my wife." "And I am your mother," I replied calmly, "and this is my home." For the first time I did not bend. 2 weeks later, Vanessa left. She took what was left of the money and didn't look back. Ethan stayed behind, broken, ashamed, quiet. One night, he sat across from me at the kitchen table, eyes red. "I didn't see it," he said. "I thought love meant giving everything." I reached for his hand. "No," I said gently, "love means giving without losing yourself." He moved out soon after, not angrily, not bitterly, just wiser. Today, my home is quiet again. The floral couch is back where it belongs. My blue plates sit neatly in the cabinet. I drink my tea in peace. I am 67 years old, and I have learned something I wish I'd known earlier. Being kind does not mean being powerless. Being a mother does not mean being a doormat. And love, real love, never demands your dignity as payment. That is the moral of my story. Sometimes the hardest lesson isn't letting go of others. It's finally choosing yourself.